Hi, I'm Aaron with Beds by George, and I'm so happy that you joined us today to learn a little bit more about the Beds by George Slumber Series bed. Now, Beds by George has a number of different series of beds, the Dream Series, the Haven Series, and the Slumber Series. And why do we have so many different kinds of beds? And that's a great question. After all safety beds have to satisfy a couple of basic standards. They have to provide some fall protection. They have to meet or exceed the FDA's 7 zones of entrapment and entanglement safety standards. They require caregiver assistance to exit the bed. They have to have a 360-degree unbroken perimeter. There's strength standards and there's gap standards. All of the Beds by George beds satisfy those standards. In fact, they exceed those standards. But there's still differences. Because we know that no two special needs kids are created equal. They need different things. They need different features, clinical features, not just aesthetic, not just it would be nice to have, but actual clinical features. And that's why we have so many different types of beds. And I appreciate you taking the time to take this journey to try to understand it just a little bit better. So behind me are 2 Slumber Series beds. In fact, they represent the 2 basic types of Slumber Series beds. On my left is our standard side. Now, the standard side is a single door. The side extends roughly 20 inches above the mattress, and it operates in a very simple swing down method. So by getting to the center of the bed, I simply lift up the door about a ½ inch, and then I can slide it forward and it swings down. To close, I bring it up, I lift up about a ½ inch, and it slides forward, and it's basically a self-latching door. In contrast, the high side bed has 32 inches above the mattress standard. It's a bifold system, so when I disengage the latch, this door is going to bend here in the middle. And this is one of the trademark features of Beds by George. Nobody else has this in the country. And this door swings all the way down, and you saw me operate 32 inches of door with just one hand. And that is hugely significant when you're trying to care for your loved one, because I have one hand free to help care for that person. Everything opens away from the patient. And when I'm closing it, I'm literally using 2 fingers to close that door. And once it's up, I engage the latch manually. That creates a safe, easy to use, quiet 32 inches of safety. And that if you need that much safety, that is going to be very, very important to you. But not everybody does. Some people need even more safety, and that's why the Slumber Series has a mesh safety enclosure that will go on the top as an option. You can also add interior padding. You can add IV poles with access ports. A number of different clinical features that can be added. 5 different decks for the Slumber Series beds, because no 2 special needs kids are created equal. The materials of a Slumber Series bed, it's all oak. This is oak plywood. This is an oak beam that goes on the top. Anywhere where the mouth would commonly come in contact is going to be solid oak. It has a natural finish with a 4x4 corner post. That corner post is like the foundation of your house. This is what keeps everything together. And 4x4 oak is incredibly strong, incredibly durable, and long-lasting. We think that's very important. If you compare these beds to other beds on the market, you're going to see some very distinct differences in the quality of the materials and possibly the workmanship. We don't have plastic edging. We don't have veneers, because we understand the longevity is important to you. We understand that those glues and resins are not necessarily a good idea for every particular client. Should mention the windows as well. On the standard side, there are 2 windows, very large, oversized, 1/4 inch thick, high-density acrylic windows. And on the high side, of course, there's going to be 4 windows. This is a little bit of a basic product. There aren't a lot of clinical features that you can add to it, so if you need additional things that I haven't already mentioned, that's why we have different product lines. You might want to consider the Dream Series. But if you just need basic safety, the Slumber series is a phenomenal product. Please look at our website. Please do some additional research. Please compare us. It's interesting to us how many people are talking about a bed who have never seen one. They don't know how it operates. They don't know how it's made. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that research, to find exactly the right product for your loved one. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, and I hope you'll check out some of our other YouTube videos.